Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day as per usual. Let's dive right into the analysis here. And as we can probably see, we had a nice little update once again in the markets, except for the triple Qs. They were down just 25 basis points. The Dow Jones actually had a monster rally towards the upside today, breaching past its July high. Now, this is the second indice now, major indice, to start to break out past its July high. And again, we are extremely long in the tooth here, very extended. Overall, this was an amazing day for the Dow Jones. Not too sure, maybe UNH had a good day. Let me just take a look at UNH. Yep, UNH had an amazing day up towards the upside. Again, that is the biggest component of the Dow Jones, so not too surprising there to see that. So again, if you guys know that the Dow Jones is price cap weighted, so the higher the price of your stock, the more weighting you have in the index. So again, UNH is the highest price one, and it had a monster move up. Again, Microsoft, I believe, is inside of there as well. And again, it's been having a monster move up as well. So not too surprising that the Dow Jones is performing very well. But let's dive right in and take a look at the small caps as per usual. And right now, the small caps, whoops, I don't know if I moved anything there. Yeah, I moved that yellow line. The small caps had a nice little update today as well, up 38 basis points. Essentially, retracing just a little bit of the move from the down day that we got yesterday. Had a big down day at the open, and then was bought all the way back up by the dippers came in. There's a lot of buyers in this market. Just keep on buying. But overall, we've been getting rejected from this resistance level multiple times. We'll have to see if we get rejected again. But for the time being, it could very well be a wave 3 move. We'll have to see if we get a definitive break, which we will know pretty darn soon if we get a capitulation move tomorrow or next week. And we'll know once we break this upsloping, if we have an upsloping trend line like so, we'll know that we are breaking down once we break it, or if we just close below these lows right here, right around 177 on the IWM. The S&P 500 today had a nice little update and closed the daily candle above. So the daily actually closed above this level here that I've outlined. So we actually confirmed a nice little update today. We'll have to see if we could close the weekly, because that's going to be by far the most important close of the week. But overall, the monthly closed above here because the monthly just closed. And we're gonna take a look at some new monthly candles that we just printed on the S&P and the Nasdaq and the Dow Jones and the Russell. But overall, a very nice update in the SPY. Just remember, we're very extended, very long in the tooth, but it doesn't mean we can't go higher. The wave 5 can keep extending, but I don't know for how much longer it could do it, because once the sellers start to sell, it's going to be a pretty dramatic pullback, but they can push it a little bit higher, I would say. I think that the Qs can maybe get up to the 400s, right? Maybe the Qs can get up to the 400s, which would be right around these levels, right around this resistance area, right around the all-time highs, essentially. So I think the Qs might be able to get to these levels here, the way they're rolling at the moment. So that would be another nice little 3.2% move towards the upside, which is not that much. The SPY is extremely close from retesting its July highs at 67 basis points, but overall, I'm still favoring the downside correction move. And it's just going to be, it's going to be some time. It's going to take some time before that happens. Probably next week. This week seems to be a very light volume week as well. Again, only 79 million shares traded. Actually, that's it's okay volume. It's not terrible. But again, higher volume is always better. So the new monthly candles. Let's take the new monthly candles. So the new monthly candles are looking extremely bullish right now. Not only on the Yuan chart, but the futures as well are looking very, very good, with a -5 and a 14, and we just printed a green dot, right? So we'll have to see if we confirm this. But overall, things are looking very promising for the markets. The Nasdaq and the Dow Jones and the Russell, believe it or not, the Russell, the monthly chart was looking absolutely terrible, but it is firming up significantly. But anything can happen. You know, the month just started now. We are December 1st. According to the futures, it's still November 30th where I am right now. But overall, you know, it looks very promising. So things are looking very bullish on all indices. -5 and a 14. Let's take a look at the dollar actually. So the dollar took a big fall, you know, recently, and now we went from being super bullish to basically flat to negative on the monthly time frame for the dollar. So right now the dollar needs to firm up a bit. I think it's getting a little bit oversold. It's about to print a green dot, right, almost, which could confirm another move back up for the dollar, which would be very bearish for the markets, right? You don't want this move to happen. If the dollar surges up back up to the 1.618 or a fifth wave move extension, that's going to be very, very bad indeed. Let's take a look at wave edge here. So wave edge, new monthly candles as well. So let's take a look at them. So the new monthly candles right now on Oenda at least are printing red crosses. And again, this is where we get conflicting data between market cipher, which just shows us the momentum of the market, the money flow on the larger time frames and the smaller time frames. But overall, right now on the monthly time frame, you're getting a red cross at the highs at the moment. It can disappear, right? It doesn't have to stay there. This red cross can disappear. The month hasn't closed with it, and this is very bearish on these red crosses on the monthly time frame. You got one here at the beginning of August, essentially the July highs when we topped out, and we saw a 10 to 9% pullback, right? And we're getting one on the S&P as well, and we didn't get one last month either. Sorry, the July highs, we didn't get one, but now we're getting one. And the NASDAQ is getting one as well. So are we double topping here, or are we breaking out to new all-time highs? The Russell 2000 didn't get any red crosses or green crosses, so it's just relaxing right now. There's really nothing to talk about on the Russell 2000, on the daily or anything like that. It's just consolidating. It's actually making higher lows, which is technically bullish. And it is attempting to break out. So there might be an attempt to break out in the Russell 2000, which would be bullish, right? And then if we clear this 183 level, then I would stop out of my trade. Looking at the NASDAQ, nothing on the daily. The S&P 500, nothing on the daily. And then the Dow Jones, nothing on the daily as well. Let's take a look at the futures here. I think the futures, you're getting a little bit of selling at the highs once again. On the S&P, nothing on the NASDAQ, nothing on the Russell, nothing on the Dow Jones. Okay, and then we'll take a look at oil. So oil actually had a pretty good pullback day today. Looks like it made its minimal requirement of an ABC correction for wave 4, and you could be headed down in wave 5 now. So we'll just be patient. We'll see if we get our impulsive move towards the downside. You will get confirmation of that once we take out this low of 72. Then we will most likely be going down in your first wave. Then you'll get a bounce back up in wave 2, and then you'll get your final move in wave 3, 4, and 5. Taking a look at natural gas. Natural gas is in the buy area. It's just holding support for the time being, but UNG, which is the natural gas ETF, has made a lower low and new all-time low, and this is not good. You usually don't want to see the ETFs go lower and lower and lower, because then they could just keep falling, and you don't really want to try and get in front of it too much. But right now you are getting a little bit of a green dot on the daily time frame, and I believe you're getting a lot of buying right now. Yeah, you got a nice little green cross right there on UNG, so maybe you'll get a reversal. You're getting some buying on some smaller time frames like the 4 hour, the 1 hour. You've seen, I think, a lot of accumulation on the way down. So you're getting a shit ton of buying right now in terms of smart money and big money. They are accumulating this probably for a larger move up, back up. Let me take a look at some individual names, right? Let's take a look at PayPal. PayPal today, so not just today, but yesterday, had its reversal, right, from $60, which was what we anticipated. What we need to see now for PayPal is this move start to play out. So if this is your 3-wave move, and this is still valid because you have not crossed below the wave 1 high, you need to come back up in the wave 5 and make a higher high, right? So you need to come back up, make one more high, and probably, you know, reach maybe the top of the resistance area, or you just reach 61, or maybe a nice little flat number, or even double top, and then you'll come back down in wave 4. That's when we will get wave 4. Okay, let's take a look here at, let's just come back down here, and let's just take a look at ROKU, because ROKU also hit our sell area or short area, and we got a nice reversal. But this one for ROKU, it seems finished now. I think ROKU has topped out. You're overbought on almost every major time frame here, large time frame. You need to pull back. You need to reset the stochastics. You need to come all the way back down. So I think ROKU is probably going to come back down in a 3-wave move, and then we'll know that once we start to break some key, you know, support levels, probably right around the $100 area. Once you pierce that, you'll probably start to sell off. Let's take a look at Apple. Apple, you know, had a nice little update today. Bounced back up from yesterday's down day and the sell-off this morning. Lots of buy the dippers, lots of retail buying, but they don't know why they're buying. Eventually, you know, we will get that reversal. Then they'll sell, and the weak hands will give in, and maybe we'll get a big move down, right? Maybe we'll get that big 3-wave move. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just get this bullish scenario in the S&P playing out, like so, right? We've been tracking this for a while, and if this were to play out, then this would be extremely, you know, parabolic, and you can go straight up, but I see this as the least likely scenario. If at the very least, maybe you can even do this, right? You can even come up in a so you can come down into the WXY, and then you'll come back up in a new cycle, and then a 5-wave move up, which would be even more parabolic, right? And even, you think this is vertical, it would be even more vertical than this, right? And then you can come back up, and then you'll get that huge, massive crash. But overall, I think you're a little bit overdone now. Lots of people chasing. Tomorrow we have a FOMC member, Jerome Powell, speaking, and he's gonna rock the markets, so that'll be interesting. And then yeah, so that's basically it. Not much to add. No new signals here. I don't see anything at all in terms of selling or buying. You just float. It's just a gentle float up, but you can see there's lots of sellers right now on the IWM. You're getting these big spikes up, and then it just comes right back down. But you are indeed putting in a nice little bullish pattern right now, right? So that's your nice little bullish pattern on the IWM. And if this plays out, then you can go to even higher levels, maybe even 190, 193, maybe even reach 192, right? So that's it. I don't have much to add. If you guys enjoy the video, feel free to like and subscribe, and have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.